You know, historically, the springtime has always been the time when most of us think about the housing market kind of being at its peak here in the Chattanooga area. That continues to be the case, although 12 months of the year, I think, people are eager to find the perfect home for them to live in, which means that Bruce Dodd at People's Home Equity is busy 12 months of that year. He has time, though, to join us this morning. Good talking to you.
It's always good talking to you.
So I will say that part of the fun of talking to you is that you always have an open mind to whatever the conversation was. So you said today, yep, we can talk houses. We can also talk chocolate in your Easter basket versus Peeps in your Easter basket.
Well, the other thing I was thinking about is that really when you talk about Easter, it's a great opportunity, you know, as a metaphor for life when you look at the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Because I was really thinking about what it says is, you know, the harder you look for opportunity, the more opportunity you find.
Okay. We could take this.
It's a joke.
We have 5.5 minutes, Bruce. We could take this. I'm kind of glad that we're having this conversation, though, because this is who you are. You are happy to get down to business. You are happy to find people the best way to get a great interest rate on their home and guide them through all of that. But you enjoy the conversations along the way. And I think that's important to a lot of people.
Well, here's the thing is that, I tell clients this, you know, getting a mortgage often is not the most fun experience. However, we try to make it as fun as possible. It's like I have this awesome dentist who I think is like the best. I don't really want to see him very often. So getting loans is kind of like that too, but if we can try and make it an enjoyable experience. But what I think is important is having a comfortable environment so that people are comfortable asking questions. Because so often, if we get intimidated by a process, then we're not asking all of our questions because we don't want to look silly. Mm-hmm. So I just think sometimes if I'm a little silly, people don't mind it if they look silly. And then we get down to making sure people are getting questions answered, and we're finding the best way to do something. So often when you talk to mortgage lenders, they're just going to tell you, hey, this is how we're going to do it. They don't really ask you a whole lot of questions. I think it's important to find out, you know, what's in the best interest for a client. You know, for example, we'll have a lot of clients who think, hey, I want to put down tons of money. Well, sometimes that's not the best decision for them, depending on where else they have money deployed and what that money's doing.
Right.
Sometimes it makes, you know, sometimes we have to do some work to get ready. And there's sometimes that, yes, we could do a loan for you today, but if we could take care of a couple things, you can get a lot better loan, you know, very, very quickly.
Right.
And so I just think it's important to have an environment like that so you can have those conversations and not just feel like, hey, I just got told how I'm going to buy the most expensive thing I've ever bought before, and I'm not sure I understand what we're doing.
Yeah, and the other thing, I think, because it is the most expensive thing you're going to buy and the most important purchase that you'll make, chances are, I know we're in this crazy housing market where competition is still fierce, but that doesn't mean you want to rush into a bad decision that you'll regret later.
Well, what I tell folks is, you know, look, we want to put ourselves in the best position we can. And so what we do is we do the work to make sure we can provide the seller all of the assurance in the world. And then I'll reach out to the agent representing the seller and explain to them that we're a sure thing. We provide some guarantees to the seller. And so we do that to help make your offer stand out. However, in some cases, there's people that on the other side that just want to do silly things. And I always tell clients, we can't compete with stupid, nor do we want to. So at some level, if somebody else wants to pay way too much for a house, we just got to let them do it. And even though supply is scarce, you don't want to make a decision that then you're stuck with something for a long, long time because you got too excited in the process to begin with.
Okay.
So sometimes just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Okay. We have a minute left, not quite. So what they can do is call your office. Right now you're meeting with folks face-to-face. You're still doing virtual,
Sure.
Right?
Dude, you know, look, I work for the client. They don't work for me. So it's kind of whatever makes them happy is what we'll do.
Okay. 30 seconds left. My vote would be the Reese's egg. You have a peanut allergy, so what do? Do you do chocolate or do you do Peeps?
I live vicariously through others, so I watch my children eat candy and just enjoy that, because when you have a peanut allergy, sometimes candy is just something, it's not safe.
Gotcha. All right. It's fun talking to you, Bruce, always. He would love to hear from you. Chatmortgage.com is their website. The phone number 591-9801. Truthfully, we kept it lighthearted today, but he does definitely know what he's doing, and he's local. So that means he's your neighbor, wants to treat you right. Thanks again, Bruce.
Take care, my friend.